Well, we were all incredibly sad last week to hear the news that Barry Elliott, better known as Barry Chuckle from the Chuckle brothers, had passed away after battling bone cancer.
He was surrounded by his family right until the end, and his brother and comedy partner in crime, Paul, joins us now this morning to celebrate Barry's life. And remember, the man who brought so many smiles to the world. And, Paul, really appreciate you being here today, because obviously it's all so raw. Only a week has passed. But you wanted to talk about him. You wanted to tell people about him.
It is. It's good to talk about him, get it out in the open, everything. You know, we were so close. It was... Not only have we been together ever since I was born, we also worked together for 55 years. You know,
in
well,
it's been an incredible relationship as brothers, but an incredible career. We're talking about him in a lot more detail, but it really does leave almost 60 years of laughter as his legacy, and here are some of those wonderful moments.
The Chuckle Brothers!
Chuckle vision, Chuckle vision.
Let's hope we don't drop a clanger.
When you get in there, give him your old 1-2.
I did, but he kept giving me his old 3-4.
Chuckle vision, Chuckle vision.
Welcome back. And now for part... Get off me wire.
To me. To you.
To me.
To you, then.
Would you call Mike Tyson a girl?
To you. Only if he was far enough away. To you, then.
To me.
Yeah. To you.
Next on left.
Next left.
Right.
Right.
What are you doing?
Turning right.
Chuckle vision, Chuckle vision.
Wow!
That's all for today.
We've had a lovely time. We hope you have too.
And, Paul, when did it start? Whose idea was it to say, look, here we are, we're brothers, we're family, let's work together as well?
It came round. Dad was a comedian, Mum was a dancer. Our elder two brothers were a double act. His sister was a dancer. There was only one, it's Colin, who sadly passed away a few years ago as well. He was a motor mechanic, but the rest of us all in the business. And just a natural progression.
So you spent a lot of time with your dad and dressing rooms and
as a
theatres
kid. Yeah, so you remember the smell of grease paint, which you're not around anymore.
But even the very name Chuckle Vision and all the derivatives of Chuckle, who came up with that?
We just sat around, because we were originally the Harmon brothers back in the 60s. Sounds old, doesn't it? We were doing working men's clubs, social clubs, as the Harmon brothers, and then we changed our name after Opportunity Knocks that we won. We changed our name because we'd gone into obscurity again, and said to Paul and Barry Harmon.
Yeah.
That really surprised me, actually, Paul, when I read, you know, after winning Opportunity Knocks, you'd think, wow, they won Opportunity Knocks, that would have opened doors to the big time, and you said it didn't. It
didn't really, no. It got us our first pantomime season, because trying to get into pantomime, which now we've done 51 pantomimes all these years later, but I keep saying we, because it's me on my own now, but... He hadn't
told you or the family.
How long was he ill for?
How long had he been ill for, had he?
He had pains in his legs for round about heading on for 2 years. So before we went to pantomime a couple of years ago, he was pain in his legs. And he was telling me how it was like, and I've had sciatica before, and it's very, very painful. And I said, it sounds like sciatica. And that's what he kept telling me it was all for 2 years.
He knew what it was.
He found out at some time.
Why was he keeping it from you?
He kept it from me, and he kept it from our manager, Phil. He didn't want us to know, because we would have said no, but he wanted to work until he died.
He'd always said to you, hadn't he could never retire.
He wanted to die on stage like Tommy Cooper. Yeah. You know, he just loved working, loved making people laugh. You know, he was just a lovely guy. And he did what he wanted to do. We did the Chuckle Time series, you know, and that was the last thing he did.
It's going to be very hard for you moving forward. What was he like as a brother, not just your
He was great. He was great. You know, we just had laughs, so many laughs over the years. I mean, I wrote the book a couple of years ago, and writing that, it just brings back all the memories, you know. It's I'm glad I did it then and not now, because it was bringing back all the great memories we got of working together, living together, growing up together, you know.
And look at the tributes. I know you and I were talking before we came on air about just how lovely people have been and what a special place both of you have in people's hearts. But there you are, you're at Rotherham Ipswich on Saturday, and we just want to show people what happened. This is the 73rd minute. the chant goes up, there's only one Barry Chuckle.
Yeah.
There. Did that bring tears to your eyes?
It did. I mean, it couldn't do anything else. I mean, they started on the 73rd minute, one end shouting to you, the other shouting to me.
Oh.
The Tractor Boys were doing the same as the Rotherham lads, you know, doing to you, to me, to
Where
you.
did that catchphrase come from?
It's something we've done since we were starting the business. We never used it we didn't mean it as a catchphrase. It just caught on with people. But like people now, everybody does it.
Yeah.
It's not
But
to
it was
you, to
about
me.
furniture
We're actually
removal,
moving
wasn't it?
furniture.
So you're saying, to me, to you, move it, move it.
To you, and you
Yeah.
said to me, I said to you, no, back to me then. No, over here, steady, steady, put it down. And it just caught on. We used to go to, like, summer scenes. Barry was very meticulous. We were completely opposites that way. My dressing room is staked. Everything's everywhere, thrown all over. Barry's is immaculate. You could go in his dressing room and, while he's not looking, move that to there like that. Instantly he walked in, he'd go, oh. And he'd put it
That's
back
also
again.
in our dressing rooms.
Yeah, he's really, really tidy.
What are you going to do now? What's the future for you?
He wanted me. I mean, it's only a couple of months. That's pretty raw because it was a couple of months ago I found out he was even ill, that ill. And he said he wants me to. He said, you've got to carry on. He said, don't stop. He said, carry on, go, you know, because we love entertaining. We love being on stage, making people laugh. And he just wants me to do it, so I will hopefully carry on.
Well, so many people are getting in touch. Anne says, thank you also, both of you, for making us all laugh so much. Kay said, Barry gave me and my family many laughs over the years, so this is from me to you. Rest in peace. Sharon, Barry was a true entertainer, to me to you. Jenny, they were both daft as brushes. Great, but such great fun.
Still got
Do you
the
know where
brush.
we talk about making people happy, but it's not just a generation of children, it's generations, and those children grow up and they're quite old. So your fan base actually evolves, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we every time we work a live show, we meet the audience afterwards. We won't go home till we've met everybody that wants to meet us. Well, we also do nightclubs. Well, we did. I'm carrying on doing those meet and greets, you know, and the love you get from people who, you know, just hugging you, saying, used to dash home from school, you know, just to watch Chuckle Vision. You made my childhood. Without you, it wouldn't. When you're actually doing it, you don't realise how you're touching people's lives, like yourselves, you know, and you're touching people all the time.
Laura says, thank you for making us all laugh while we were growing up and making us say to me to you whenever we're moving anything. And that's what people remember.
Well, you'll say that maybe for the last time on Friday. You'll lay him to rest this Friday. Why was it important to come on today and talk about him?
Because, you know, there's been a lot of press, different things said, and I wanted everybody to know exactly what he was like and how he went, you know, and you still can't think you're talking about him in the past, you know, and it's still hard to speak.
Of course.
Of course it does. Well, we're so sorry for your loss and your family.
Okay.
But he'll be so fondly remembered, as you've seen with all those comments there. And we wish you all the best with everything you do going forward, with him always in your heart, I'm sure.
He will. He'll live on forever, I'm sure he will. He's named anyway.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
very much.
Thank you.